Hey, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new series that we're going to be doing on Taylor Swift. If you notice by the title of this video, you know that we're going to be moving into the Evermore album, which I do know is the sister album to Folklore. But other than that, I really don't know what to expect from this album. Today we're going to be on the first track, which is titled Willow. I do know this one has a music video, so we will be watching that. And it also has 4 remixes, so we're also going to get into that during this video. But for right now, we're just going to get straight into the music video. I already noticed the little detail that she's wearing a cardigan.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife.
I already really like this production. It's very like whimsical, I guess the word would be. I don't know, but I really like it.
If it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. I could feel you sneaking in.
I think that's pretty cool how it cut to children, so maybe this means that this person has been in her life for a very long time. But let me read the first verse in the chorus that we already listened to. It says, I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night, rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face, lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to you. So with those lyrics, it kind of makes me think that she just wants to follow this person throughout their life, because when she says that she's the water to the person's ship, there wouldn't be one without the other. So it's saying that they're like a package deal in a sense, and I think that's kind of what she's trying to say with those lyrics. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. The only thing I can really think of is how like a willow tree are like inherently like bent. I don't think it's voluntary for willow trees to bend like that, but I guess she's saying in this situation for the metaphor that she would do whatever she has to make sure that she's like following this person within her life. And I guess that does explain the connection that I just said about the child in the video. It's like this person has gone through her through a lot of walks of life, maybe.
As if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring. If there was one prize I'd cheat to win.
I like those lyrics, like you were a trophy or a champion ring and there was one price I'd cheat to win. So she's gonna do it whatever it takes to keep this person in her life.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind.
She even kind of like bent as she said that.
They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. But I come back stronger than a knife.
That's an interesting part of the video. It's like she's trapped in this box, and it also looks like a very vintage Carney type of vibe. And maybe she's put into that box because that's her talent, which is singing, and like she can't get off this stage. So maybe that's kind of like a metaphor to her current life where she feels an obligation to be that center point, but all she wants to do is follow this other person in her life. It also kind of makes me think of Mirrorball a little bit, which I know nothing is shining or glimmering, but it's like being that focal point again for other people when you have your own life to lead, in a sense.
90s trend.
I come back stronger than a 90s trend. Do we want 90s trends back? Are they back right now? I'm not even sure.
Wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the places where the others gave you scars. Now this is an open shut case. I guess
Did we just get into like some dark witchcraft?
I should have known from the switch was a work of art.
Okay, yeah, that's a little confusing, but let's read some of the lyrics that we missed. It says, wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the places where the others gave you scars. And now that this is an open shut case, guess I would have known from the look on your face. Every bait and switch was a work of art. So it seems like these two people are sneaking around to keep maybe their relationship alive. And I bet Taylor Swift probably does do that a lot with her relationships, to not always be paparazzi'd or just keep certain things private in her own life. And then show me the places where the others gave you scars makes me think of Cardigan again, where it was like, you drew stars around my scars. So now like they're showing each other's wounds that maybe they've been hurt in past relationships, but they trust each other enough to like not do that to each other.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. You know that my train can take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Hey, that's my man. Yeah, that's my man.
Okay, I'm still a little bit stuck on the witchcraft part of this video, but I wonder if that's like a metaphor to like her being led into bad decisions or bad parts of her life. She kind of just went through the motions in certain points in her life, and maybe she got herself into bad situations because she's been following this like string throughout the whole thing, and it brought her back to her relationship. And maybe that's exactly what she was trying to say. At the beginning, she felt trapped in a box with her celebrity status, and then maybe she went down some dark paths. And then what's always taken her out of that was this relationship. And that's why she's willing to follow this person anywhere they would go, because she knows that her life is better with this person in it.
Yeah, that's my man. Every bait and switch was a work of art. That's my man. Hey, that's my man. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man.
All right. So that was the end of the Willow music video. I have to say, I think this was more upbeat than I ever thought it was going to be, just given how folklore is set up. So I wonder if this is going to be more upbeat / pop folk music. That's kind of the vibe that I've gotten from this first track. So I guess we'll just have to see as we get farther into the album. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there's 4 different remixes to this song. There's the Dancing Witch version, the Lonely Witch version, and then the Moonlit Witch version. And there's also a 90s trend version. You guys are going to have to tell me why there's so many remixes to this song. Because from what I understand, I tried to pull up lyrics and there's no different lyrics, so it must be all production based. So I figured what I would do is play some of each version just to kind of notice the differences and talk about each of them. But I don't know if I'm going to listen to all of them in full, because this video would be extremely long about one song. So I will listen to a portion of all of them, and we'll start with the Dancing Witch version.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case,
Right off the bat, it kind of took off the whimsical vibes that I liked from the original version, so I don't know how I feel about it so far.
I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in. As if you were a
I will say that this is definitely trying to make it more of a dance song, or like more upbeat, and I feel like it is accomplishing maybe what it was trying to do, but I don't think the lyrics really match the production that they're going for here.
mythical thing. Like you were a trophy or a champion ring, and there was one prize I'd cheat to win. The more that you say, the less I know.
overall, this one kind of confuses me a little bit, so let's get into the Lonely Witch version.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife.
Oh, this one's cool. It has like behind the scenes of the music video as it plays.
And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine.
See, this one matches the vibe a lot better. I think this is just more of a subdued production of the original version, so it can almost be viewed as like an acoustic version. And I really like the piano is kind of giving its moment in this version, so I definitely like this one more so far.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind.
I know this theory is going to be wrong, but in my head, the reason for the different versions is maybe she was trying to figure out what production style suits the song the most. So maybe she made a couple different versions just to see which one would fit best on the vibes or the production of the entire album as a whole. I think she really peaked with the original version because I really, really like that one. But so far, it just kind of seems like something's a little bit off about them, considering the original one was kind of like perfect to me.
Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in.
Now, I know I've only listened to a couple Taylor albums so far, but like the first one maybe could have been like a Midnight's version. This one could be like maybe like a Red version because she had a couple ballads on that one.
If you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring, if there was one prize I'd cheat to win. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand.
I think I take it back a little bit because this version's growing on me a little bit. It almost sounds more Renaissance Festival to me.
Wreck my plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand. Wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. But I come back strong.
Alright, so remix number 3, Moonlit Witch version. Also, I just realized the whole witch thing and like that was in the Willow music video. Maybe every one of those circles was another remix that was going to come out.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in.
This one I'm having a really hard time finding like a major difference between the remixes. Like this one sounds a little bit like the dancing one and a little bit like the Lonely version. Maybe this is just like a happy mix between the two. Because this one has a couple of those like dance beats in the background, but it is also still kind of subdued like the Lonely version.
As if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring. If there was one prize I'd cheat to win.
That sounded like the very beginning of the music video.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else.
Despite the remixes not being my favorite thing because I think the original version's the best, It's still a catchy enough song that every single version I'm still like, this is a good song. I guess that is a testament to the production and the songwriting of the song, because no matter what production you put on it, it still sounds good to me.
I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man.
Alright, so now we're going to get into the last version, which is the 90s remix.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife.
Ooh, this one's like a major production change. I kind of like it.
And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. That's my man.
I really enjoyed that build-up, but that beat drop was a little off-putting.
Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind.
So I think I know what is kind of sticking out to me about the remixes. It's almost like it was a post-production remix to me, because when I think of a remix, I think that you're adding something different to the song. And in my opinion, it almost seems like they took the exact same vocals from the original version and just like kind of pasted it on different production sounds, because like I think this 90s remix would really work if she like sung it a little bit more acoustically, but from what it sounds like, it almost just looks like they pushed the voice a little bit farther back to make it seem like it's echoey, but that really didn't change how she's like delivering the song. And I think that's maybe like what's the disconnect that I'm finding, but maybe I'm wrong.
Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in, as if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring, and there was one prize I'd cheat to win. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you home, anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man.
Alright, I feel like I got enough of the 90s remix just to kind of feel the vibes out of it. Overall, original version, 10 out of 10. Great song, great video, great lyrics, really enjoyed it. The dancing one was probably one of my least favorite versions of it, so I'd probably give that one like a 6 out of 10. The Lonely Witch was probably one of my favorite ones, so I would maybe give that one like an 8 out of 10. And then the Moonlit one didn't do enough to be different from the others, so I'm going to give that one also like a 6. And then I think I would also give the 90s one maybe like a 7. So 2 6s, a 7, and an 8, and then the original version is a 10 out of 10. You guys are definitely going to have to tell me the insight on this song, on the remixes. Which one's your favorite? Which one do you think works? Are there any that you don't think work? I really want to know how we all collectively feel about these remixes, because I'm a little bit on the fence about them, to be honest. But as an unexpected part of this video as well, in my recommended, there is a live version of Willow from the Grammys. So I'll add that part into this video as well. So the performance is actually a combination of Cardigan, August, and Willow from the Grammys in 2021. Although I've heard Cardigan and August, I think I'm going to skip over those parts just because I want this video to be about Evermore and about Willow. I would like to go back and watch this whole video as a whole and maybe do a whole video reaction, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to skip ahead to the Willow part. I really like the little cottage.
Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and time again.
It's kind of funny that she actually kind of looks like a witch in that outfit, so maybe like a witch is like a recurring theme on this album coming.
Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. But I come back stronger than a 90s trend. Wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the place.
Some things I can always appreciate about a Taylor Swift performance is that she always has such good stage presence, and also she sounds exactly like the recorded version of this song.
Where the others gave you scars. Now this is an open shut case. I guess I should have known from the look on your face. Every bait and switch was a work of art. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my
Is this like another remix? Because this is like a rock version almost.
hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Know that my train can take you home. And
I gotta listen to that again. I really like that version.
the more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Know that my train
Yeah, that version is really good. Is that one of the remixes that maybe I missed? Maybe there's like an unknown remix, but this one definitely deserves to be its own remix.
anywhere else is hollow. Begging for you to
This is also kind of what I met with about the disconnect with the vocal delivery on the remixes. It's like that kind of like enthusiasm or like whatever she did with her voice to make it sound like that would have worked a little bit more to me on the dance version. But the dance version sounded like the original version where it's like kind of a mellow song and then you tried to put this like crazy production on it. And that's why I guess I didn't really understand it. But like something like that, if you would have just re-recorded it for the version that you're making, would really work because it seems like the song could be very versatile.
take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Know that you say, yes I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man.
All right, so that was the end of the live version of Willow. To my knowledge, that might be like one of the only performances of Willow. I assume that there's going to be one of those like Disney Plus movies on this album, so maybe there'll be another performance later down the road, but I'm sure I'll get to that at the very end of the album. But yeah, tell me what you think about Willow overall, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.